Hey guys, what's going on?
Wait, I didn't start it in time again? No, it's fine. Just keep going. You're good. Go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Savage here, and today I'm with my good pal Slcmof. Slcmof, introduce yourself.
Hello.
That's Slcmof again. God damn it! I don't know why I keep bringing him on
I
here.
have good intros, right?
Hello, whatever. And today we're going to be talking about the potential Batman Arkham game. Now, nothing's 100% confirmed, but in my personal opinion, I mean,
yes, it is.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not. There's nothing too confirmed, but there's a lot of teasers, there's a lot of hints, and there's everything leading towards Batman Arkham 2019. So today, shut the.
Sorry, keep going. I'll be quiet.
So today, we're going to be talking about all the things that we want to see in this game, in this next Batman game, that should be revolutionizing this fucking Arkham series already. So, Slcmof, how to start us off? What the fuck do you want to see in this game?
I want to see a Batwing. I want GTA airplane flying mechanics with the Batwing, and I want to be able to fly around, nosedive down, and gun down 50,000 thugs just like in BVS, just as Snyder envisioned. That's what I want. No, okay, minus the shooting part, but really, I do want a flying Batwing that you can control.
That would be really cool, actually. Like, I didn't even think about the flying mechanics. Fuck GTA, dude. Like, I don't know if you played GTA, like, driving mechanics. They're awful. Like, I'm glad the Batmobile didn't do that shit. But if the mechanics were really well done and the Batwing was made in the way that it made it feel like it was made by Batman, then fuck yeah, I would be down with it. Dude, and the shooting, hey, listen, dude, the shooting, you're right. Listen, the Batmobile shoots rubber bullets. What if this shit shot rubber bullets too when you're in a mission? There's like a large field of enemies and you have to clear them out. It's like, oh shit, I can't go in there unless I kill these guys. Not kill them, but hit them with these rubber bullets that are really, really impactful. Boom,
rubber bullets are just tranquilizers or whatever.
Who the fuck? It's Batman. He can do whatever he wants. He could hit him for all we care, and there's probably like electric impulse that hits him off like the Batmobile. Who the fuck cares?
Exactly.
But yeah, that'd be a really, really cool idea. Do you have any other one?
The problem is the map would have to be very big in order to make that work. Yeah. But just think about it. You know, in the Batmobile, we have in Arkham Knight where you can drive around and double press X or Y or whatever the hell your controller is on Xbox, X or A, and jump out of the Batmobile, fly around, right? You could do the same shit with the Batwing. You could just be flying around, double press A or X, jump out and fly around, and the Batmobile would go into autopilot, and then you could do assisted takedowns with the Batwing. So think about in BVS, right, where he's in the warehouse scene, and the Batwing drops him off. You could throw people up into the air and have the Batwing tranquilize people if you're in skyscrapers. So you could throw people out of the buildings and then have the Batwing catch them. Okay, maybe not, but you could throw them up into the air, and the Batwing could shoot through the windows of skyscrapers and take them out, right?
Another thing that you can do with that, if you remember in Batman Arkham Asylum, you remember when the Batwing was kind of hovering down, it was hovering right above the window in the plants facility where you took out those two Titan guys, and it flew in with the the line repellent thing, whatever. Yeah, it could look like that too. And while it's hovering in the air, you punch somebody up like an uppercut, and then just bam, right there, hits them right in the midair. That'd fucking be awesome.
Or it's like dual play with Alfred, and Alfred is controlling it, and you're like, know, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, Alfred's controlling it, and he's seeing everything that you're doing, and you're like, Alfred, now, bam.
Exactly.
That'd be so cool. That'd be badass, dude.
Okay, my other idea is the Batbike. And we heard from the Damian Wayne game, and I know for a fact because I saw pictures of that shit, the concept art, that they had.
Wait! Don't forget to mention on Facebook they had the actual on the whiteboard they said Batbike and Killer Croc and stuff like that. So it was going to be in the next game.
Yeah, exactly. So in that, I saw that they had the Batbike, and we knew from the whiteboard and all that shit. So anyway, they had the Batbike in the game. I think that they're going to carry it over because they probably already built the mechanics for it, and that's kind of what I was explaining just more broadly, is that even though this Damian Wayne game was canceled, there's going to be some things borrowed from it, obscure villains mostly, and then also this Batbike I think will be in there. So the Batwing is a little bit less likely just because it's challenging. The map has to be really, really big for it to work.
Right.
But to the contrary, the Batbike would be very feasible. So we could see that.
That'd be badass. And not only that, for my next one, I want to see Robin. And if we actually have like a solo Robin mission with Dick Grayson, he could just take the Batbike too, and it wouldn't be that big of a controversy because he would probably fit well on the back on the bike. So I just think that overall that'd be a really cool idea. The roads, I mean, in Arkham Knight, the roads are made for the Batmobile, but if you look at it, it's probably made for like the Batbike too. So they could probably use some parts of the map of Arkham Knight if they want to continue to build off that into Gotham, and then like have like a big bridge connecting that to the actual Gotham. That'd be cool.
Yep. I also think that the game should have civilians, and it should take place over multiple nights. What do you think about that?
You know, civilians, yeah, I think it would be somewhat difficult. I think it would also be really cool because if you're like chasing down a bad guy in the middle of the street, everybody sees Batman. They're all like pointing and staring like, holy shit, it's Batman chasing a bad guy. That'd be really cool. And you can also have like an honor system too, like in Red Dead where, you know, Batman has to save people. And if he doesn't, then, you know, it's, you know, he's like shouted out or some shit and he just like disowned by the civilians. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, for every like 1,000 civilians he runs over with his Batmobile, his reputation drops a point on the mirror.
Yeah, that would be my only problem is like I don't think they can. I don't know how they're going to be able to handle that. Like
that's true.
Civilians and vehicles. I think that it might be like some type of. They might just jump out of the way really fast.
Yeah, that's a good point because you can't have Batman just mowing people down.
Or they just won't have the Batmobile at all, or the Batwing, and they'll just have the Batbike, and then, you know, people can literally jump out of the way of that quickly.
You're right, because it's so thin. Yeah, I think that's what they'll do. I think that, now, if we did the Batbike and the Batwing, that would alleviate the problem of civilians. And you could also explain, well, it's Arkham Origins, and is there, in Arkham Origins, we never even see the Batmobile, do we?
No, there's like there's a blueprint of it, but he hasn't made it.
So we could say, well, he goes to the Batbike in Arkham Origins too. That makes sense. You know, it's totally feasible. He doesn't have the Batmobile yet. And, and then in this game, he gets like shot. He gets like sniped by Deadshot or something. And he's like, oh, fuck, I really need a Batmobile. This is not
on his bike. Oh,
out.
that'd be cool. Like a Deadshot, you're trying to run away from him and try not to get shot.
And then it explains like why he went to the Batmobile, because it's bulletproof and he can do whatever he wants and not worry about it's rocket proof, bulletproof, it's proof of everything. And he realized the Batbike, while it's fast, it doesn't have the coverage that you need. So you could have like a scene that explains why he wants a Batmobile. So anyway, I just think civilians, we got to do that. And if, like we said, if we know Batmobile, that alleviates that problem.
The day-night cycle thing, it kind of goes in with one of my things I said was more Bruce. I want to see like way more Bruce.
I was about to say
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care how you introduce them. You can put him in Wayne Manor for a little, or Wayne Towers for a little bit. But in some way, you're gonna have to incorporate maybe his skills as a detective and also as just an overall martial artist to do shit in this game. And I think that having Bruce Wayne as a playable character doesn't really copy Spider-Man PS4. It kind of just borrows from it, kind of like how Spider-Man borrowed from Arkham.
Dude, and just like free roaming around Wayne Manor with Alfred and stuff. Yeah, and Gotham as Bruce Wayne, just walking down the streets. Or, for a lot of people, I think that sounds boring, like they just want to beat people up. But that's what the other Arkham games have done really well. Just like have those personal moments. Or you have, let's say, a Bruce Wayne love interest or a friend that he's showing around Wayne Manor. And you can go through the different rooms of the house, show pictures, and just like recount his life and maybe have flashback scenes and just have those intimate personal moments that I feel, sometimes miss with Bruce Wayne. Besides just like, oh, his parents are dead. But in terms of other personal moments, sometimes we don't get them very much. So doing that would be really cool. And just like to have him show us around Wayne Manor and stuff, there's so much opportunity there. And they would be foolish to not, kind of go with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, another thing that kind of ties in with the Wayne Manor thing is what, like, if you have like a mission and you're showing people around the manor and then you push them out and like they're all gone and shit, and then you go down to the Batcave, you can have a customizable Batcave in the next one, and like you can literally have whatever you really want. Somewhat, you can have your own color, you could have your own platforms, you could build your own platforms, you can have your own trophies, you can have the trophies that you take from the villains that you fight in the game and have those in the Batcave too. That would just be really cool. What do you think about that one?
About what in particular?
The customizable Batcave.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you could have so much customization. Obviously, the Batsuit. Now, I would also like to see customization of individual parts of his armor plating, kind of like in Injustice. So you could go further customization there, and then also in the Batcave, you could customize the arrangement of certain things, like where does the Batbike park, where does this park, like you could just have a whole customizable thing there. So that would be really cool.
Yeah. So another thing that I want to see is, and I know this is out of left field, is a complete combat overhaul. I want to see this game completely change the Arkham series combat and make it a little bit more challenging in terms of difficulty. Like I want to see Spider-Man PS4 challenging levels of combat in this game. And Spider-Man PS4 on Ultimate, on some of the hard DLC challenges, it does get fucking tough. And if Batman had something like that, it would make me feel like more of Batman. Sure, Batman can take down a group of enemies, but when it starts to get challenging, it would feel a little bit more rewarding.
I agree completely. I think that Batman's a little too powerful in the Arkham series, and we can talk about how he moves so quickly from one guy to another.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it really, and one notion you say that it makes you feel like the comic version of Batman, but I don't really think it does. I think it makes me feel like I'm Superman. Yeah. So I think that for one, you could have different ways that he attacks people. So like, for instance, he punches you in like the kneecap, or people will come after you, and instead of just trying to punch you in the face, right, that's what they try to do, the thugs just run at you and try to punch you in the face, they're really stupid, they try to like bust out your knees and like they can knock you to the floor and just extend the length of combat and make it more like a slugfest where it's just like survival of the fittest, and they're getting hits on you, you're getting hits on them, and they're going for different parts of your body, and one of them's grabbing you by the cape and like pulling you down, and you've got to like, there's just a lot that they haven't done,
Like in the comics, there's a lot of shit that, Batman doesn't always not get hit. He gets hit a lot. He gets fucking punched. He gets tugged on. There's a lot of shit he goes through. And the fact that the Arkham games is just, he pummels through people until a cutscene happens, and then damn, you're fucking injured or whatever. That's kind of fucking boring. I want to see a little bit more of dodging. I want to use, of course, my gadgets a little bit more. Sure, I use like all my gadgets all the time, and usually the Arkham games, but in a way that actually makes it feel useful, because I just feel like I'm just throwing a fucking batarang to throw a batarang. I don't feel like I'm throwing a batarang because, shit's happening. I just feel like I'm throwing it because it takes out a few enemies. I actually want to have purpose to the gadgets. I want to have purpose to each hit I have. And you're right with the tugging on the cape shit. If that happened, if there's like, if they somehow make the AI fucking awesome, where there's like 5 enemies coming at you now, where one tugs on your cape, one goes for your fucking knee, one goes for your arms and shit, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it just seems like in terms of the Arkham games, they're limited on what they can do based off of the Arkham name. And hopefully they just completely say, fuck it, we can do whatever we really want. I really want to see something different this time around.
Exactly, and realistically, like, if you, me, and 3 other dudes are fighting Batman, we're not just going to run at him one by one and try to punch him in the face. Absolutely. Someone's going to come behind him and try to, like, grab him by the neck and, like, hold him still and, all that stuff. But they don't do that. The AI doesn't do that. They're just not that smart. And the only time that the Arkham games become somewhat challenging is when you basically just give every villain or every thug or whatever a different weapon. So, like, the way that they make it challenging is they're like, okay, we're going to give 15 guys stun sticks, we're going to give 12 guys shields, and it's like, this is not, like, it's not fun. You just have
this isn't pinnacle gameplay. This is something that's just filler for the story. And although Spider-Man in some ways kind of felt like that, like it was overbearing the amount of fucking combat there was in Spider-Man PS4, but I felt rewarded each time I fucking did it. Same thing with, sure, in Batman, there were moments where I felt rewarded. There were, like, fucking shit ton of enemies where I took out. I was like, whoa, this is really, really cool. And the combat's still fun to play. I just think that, it's time to change it. It's been 10 years using the same exact thing. It's time for it to be, revolutionized, finally.
No, I definitely agree. And that's really the main way that you can really revitalize the franchise. Narratively, there's a lot you can do there. And we kind of touched on that. But really, if you revolutionize the combat, if you change completely how the AI works, and that really, I think, is the main thing, is how the AI works, and then also just make them more challenging, more intelligent, more calculated. Oh, yeah. And it's not just a matter of, I punch you, but it's like a matter of like, well, where did you punch him? And like, and it's, once again, instead of people just trying to punch you in the face, like they try to take out your kneecaps, and like maybe you got a limp, and there's just so much that you could do there. And I feel that they've kind of taken the easy, and this is actually not WB Montreal. I'm really thinking of Rocksteady here. Mm-hmm. Arkham Knight, what they do and what they have done with the Arkham games is they just added toys to the combat, right? They've added new things. They've added this fear multi-takedown that actually makes the combat easier. That's all they've done. Is they've added...
It makes the stealth easier. Way easier. And that's something that they need to change, is the stealth. Like, when bad guys are looking up, I feel like they would be able to see the outline of Batman. And that should be something that should be illustrated in the game. If like they're walking around, their walking patterns need to be different. They can't just stop, slowly turn around. Like in Arkham Knight, it was kind of nice how the AI kind of acted, in my opinion. The AI in stealth was how I kind of wanted it. But I kind of still want there to be like, oh, if they look at you when you're on a gargoyle and they see you and they're looking at you for a very long time, you need to move. Because if you don't move, then they're going to start shooting at you and becoming way more suspicious and stuff like that. And I think there should be also more risk towards the stealth. Like there should be more, I don't know how to explain this, more environmental hazards in terms of the stealth, because then it will just make it very challenging for us as a player, and it will let us use Batman's skills as a what is it, a ninjutsu master. What the fuck does he do for stealth? I don't know. He's really good at stealth, but he's fucking, I wish we could see that more. And
I think too that once again they've tried to innovate that and incorporate new toys and gadgets. But in the end of it, what I really find that I do is the same thing that I did in Asylum. I sneak up behind somebody, I press triangle, and I go to the next person. And I time it a certain way and make sure no one sees me. I get behind another guy, press triangle. And then ultimately, you decrease the quantity of people so much so that the map opens up and it's pretty simple from there. So my point being is they tried to, in Arkham Knight, add toys to kind of make stealth new, but you really need to overhaul completely how that works. In other words, their head needs to be on a swivel a bit more, and that's one thing that I've noticed is that the AI, they don't turn around. So and if they do, it's like very slowly. So you know what I mean? Like if I'm in a room and Batman's trying to kick my ass, I'm gonna be like, my head's gonna be on a 360 swivel the whole time. I'm gonna get with other people and be like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, watch my back, because this guy, he's about to, like, so there's going to need to be more, like, well, maybe you could backclaw somebody, and you're on a gargoyle, you backclaw someone's foot and pull them up, and, like, they just need to incorporate more ways to take people down, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The stealth, I know what you mean for sure. I mean, it's very challenging, but in terms of game development, this is their job. They need to, not completely change it, but make it different. So there's something new there. There's something that isn't something that we've seen in the last 4 Arkham games. Literally, the last 4 Arkham games have been the same exact combat and same exact stealth for the last 4 games. I mean, sure, that can work for like Call of Duty, but they're trying to make these like these high praising masterpieces. I kind of want to see something a little bit new and different here.
Exactly.
But overall, I think that's... Is there anything else? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that it's not just a matter of changing it, because they've changed it every year. They've added stuff. They added the Fear Multi-Takedown. But the question is, are you revolutionizing it? Are you really changing the way that players engage with these missions, with these stealth missions, with the game combat missions? And the answer is, while they've added some things and some toys, and in Arkham Origins, they added the shock gloves to do more damage and knock people out. They added the Fear Multis. They added the Sonic Batarang that you can control, and all that kind of stuff. They've added stuff. There's no doubt about that, but they haven't truly revolutionized it. They've added gimmicks to it. I don't mean that to be condescending. It's just not revolutionary, and that's what I really want to see. And it sounds like that's what we both want to see from them. So,
yeah, same thing. So, I mean, besides that, I think that this next game is still going to be great. I mean, it's going to be Batman. Clearly they're teasing the Court of Owls, and I really don't see anything else that they're going to be releasing. It's been 6 years. They better be releasing something, or I'm going to be incredibly upset and sad. And yeah, is there anything else you want to add to this game, or anything you want to see in this game?
No, that's it. I'm looking forward to it, and we just got to hope for 2019.
Yep, I don't want to see Joker. I forgot about that one. I don't want to see him in the game. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to go check out Slcmof's channel, because he has a few videos on there too. And he's a really good YouTuber.
Peace.
Ayo!